See the size of my big boy now? He's not so little no more. You like the bag, you big boy? Huh? What's going on, my people? We're going to do a little question and answer YouTube video for you today. We've got a few of the questions off of our Instagram. If you ain't following our Instagram page already, it's Bully Lair UK, or we've got Bully Lair UK official. So yeah, make sure you get over there and follow us up. Make sure you like, subscribe and follow this channel, please. I appreciate everyone looking in. So yeah, today we're going to do a little question and answer. A few questions that we got off of the local community in the UK, and hoping to get it a little bit more global and get a few answers and questions from you guys out in the States and all over Europe and that. So yeah, we're going to start off with like the first questions that we got, and I'm going to do my best to answer a few questions for you guys and give you some tips on that of how to answer them, really. I don't know answers to all of them. I'm not saying I know it all, but I'm going to give it my best chance to show you guys of what we do know and give you my knowledge that I can. So what you got for me, ads? Nah, I don't think so. I think XL Bully could be a good first dog for you because they are very good companion dogs. I used to own Staffs before that. They're a little bit more drivey. They seem to be not so dog friendly as such, as more as I've experienced with the Bully side of things. But no, it's with any dog, any breed. Obviously, you know, you've got to train your dogs, make sure your dogs have got obedience, just slowly break it into them, and like any breed, you know, like you start off with any breed, as long as you do the right things with the dog and exercise it. Certain breeds need more exercise, certain breeds need a bit more obedience training, do you know what I mean? But I find the Bully is a very all-round, good balanced companion dog, and I've had quite a few breeds in my past, so yeah, I'd say yeah, no, they're good. They'd be a good dog to start off with. Obviously, you've got to take into considerations that they're bigger than your average dog, but that's something that you've got to look into for buying any dog. But yeah, no, they'll be fine, as long as you do your homework on them. What else you got for me? How did I get into it? I'll be honest with you, I used to do breeding with my uncle when I was a little kid. Cut a long story short, he used to have a big KC registered kennel, all legit, and yeah, he unfortunately ain't with us no more. He passed away, so I'm out here trying to carry on the legacy for the family, and yeah, basically trying to just make him proud and do my own thing as well. But he used to do more so the British Bulldogs and like the Mastiff breeds. Well, when I come into the game, obviously I used to live in London in a tower block and stuff, so it wasn't really fair for me to own a dog then. So I worked myself to get out to the countryside where I could get a garden and stuff for the Bullies and stuff, you know. And then when I come to actually doing my own bloodline and my own breed, I had a little sit down. I said, right, always wanted to get a bull breed. So obviously, yeah, I looked into it and I went and bought my boy Ragnar. So yeah, no, I kind of just looked it up. Bearing in mind, I've been doing them for 5 years now, so it was before the mad trend of everyone getting a Bully in the UK. So I actually got my Bully before all of that craze actually happened as well. So it was just something I looked into, and I thought, yeah, that's a bit of me. That's it, really.
Try not to move as much as the mic moves, so like your body moves.
All right, I'll move you in a minute. Play with you. Hey. Right, my first ever dog was a British Bulldog called Lizzie. She had a black patch on her eye, and my uncle, I was about, what, 6? My uncle said to me, it can stay in the kennel and stuff, you can name it, hence the name I named it Lizzie. I don't know why, maybe I was just onto the money from the jump. But yeah, no, yeah, no, basically this was my first Bully, my first Bully breed, so I say. It's a British Bulldog, and I had to come round on the weekends and stuff, and you know, play my part in the dog and owning the dog. And yeah, obviously it stayed at his kennel and stuff, but it made me fall in love with the whole process of the kennels, coming to meet the dogs and coming to clean them out, and that is something that I was just weirdly involved from a young age. You know, I loved it. Even on a 6 weeks holiday, you'd catch me going down there for most of the holidays and just be with the dogs. Bit like what I'm like now. So yeah, man, my first dog was a British Bulldog. Best type of kennel for outside setup. just a kennel really that's got good airflow, a kennel that's got shelter. For the UK requirements for the size for licensing on XL bullies, you're looking at 8 meters square. So you need for each dog, that is. So you want to make sure you've got good room and good area facilities for them to move about, exercise. And yeah, like I said, just good airflow. Make sure it's warm as well. Make sure they got somewhere to go in and get some warmth as well, and a lot of like the room that they need. So yeah, no, good. That's what I wouldn't worry about too much on the brand and how to do it. Just as long as you stick to the main things like good airflow. Make sure they get sunlight. Make sure they got shade. Make sure they got a place to keep warm and a place to cool off. Simple as. It's not that tricky. The best thing about owning bullies?
And something you find difficult?
I just love the breed. Absolutely, I love the breed. They're good with my kids. I've got 3 kids, so they're really good with my kids. I love the way that they've all got different personalities. They're big softies at heart. And yeah, no, I enjoy having them. They're very good companions. They're an intelligent breed. And yeah, I just love everything about the breed, I'll be real with you. The downside things about owning a big breed, a bully, don't know, what's the downside thing? Their toilets are massive. Nah. I don't know, maybe more so, you know, when you have a kennel like ours and that as well, it's a lot of time and effort. So the downside of it, I don't know really. I suppose I'll tell you what the downside in my head really would be. They're quite heavy breeds when they're born, when they're growing up, and their bones are not fused until they get to about 12 months old. So I'll say the downside of owning a bully is a lot of people think that, you know, they're like the pit breeds or like the staffs almost, but they're not. They're a lot heavier on their feet and on their bones. So I suppose the downside of owning a breed is you could ruin them quite easily and quickly if you don't bring them up the right way. So if they even jumping off the sofas can actually damage their elbows, chipping their bones away. Having an older dog in the yard with it, just colliding in the yard like that, you can crush growth plates or even splinter growth plates off. So yeah, I suppose having the breed that is so ready to run around and play, but so big and heavy boned, I suppose that's the downside, I suppose. That's about it really. To be honest with you, I don't put too many supplements growing up as a young. More so the supplement I would say to use would just be goat's milk, so it'd be more of a calcium supplement more than anything. I wouldn't focus on any type of supplements as yet. If you wanted to push for supplements when you're older, then obviously that's fine, but most supplements that you add, like like muscle enhancers and stuff like that, I don't use too much of that at all. But if you're going to use that, they say, I reckon they recommend it around 18 months anyway. So yeah, just like some turmeric for the joints, apple cider vinegar, stuff like that, coconut oil for the coat. And yeah, that's really when and like I said, some goat's milk for the calcium to keep them bones strong, you know. Pricing a pup correctly is all to do with the value that you've put into your bloodline. Wow, I just nearly got taken out by the banners. But yeah, pricing a puppy, it all depends on the bloodline. It all depends on the value that you've put into your dog, and the time and effort that you've put into it. You know, some breeds, some bloodlines, I wouldn't say ain't as worth as much, but you know, like some bloodlines are what people want and more higher demand. So yeah, I mean. Yeah, so basically how to price a pup properly is basically depending of how much value you've put into your puppy, depending on the bloodlines and how much you've pushed your kennel and as such, you know. I wouldn't say as such as other bloodlines are worth, that they are worth more, because obviously the higher demand of it and stuff, you know, but a bully is still a bully. Obviously just have to understand and take into consideration some people's programs and setups and time and effort that they put into these dogs are a lot more than others. So, you know, sometimes the dogs are more for more reasons than what people think as well, than just having a fancy bloodline behind it. There's a lot of time and effort that gets put into these dogs, and yeah, it comes with the long-term help and support that you get with that pup as well. That's what you get at the lair anyway. But yeah, no, just, you know, it all depends on the value of your bloodline, the value of what you put into your dog, really. Hit me, Ads. What else we got? I feed them goat's milk. Goat's milk is also like a supplement once they come off their mum, innit? So basically, anything from like, what, say 4, 5, 6 weeks old, you can start feeding it to them. I still give them a little splash up until around 6 months old, bro, to be fair with you. That's what I do. I like to give them a little splash just to encourage them to eat their food a little bit more every now and then. And like I said, they still ain't fused till 12 months, so goat's milk is something that you can add for the calcium, you know. Third trimester, so you want to be aiming around what, the 15, 16, up to the 18-month mark. You don't really want to be breeding them on the first, like the 12-month mark or anything like that. Just because the female isn't mature enough, you got to wait for her to properly grow. It's better for the litter, it's better for the female, and it's the right way on the ABKC. It actually says 18 months. So I'd say third trimester is when they're mostly mature and ready to have it. Anything under that, I wouldn't recommend. Royal Canin dog milk's pretty good, or just use I use from like Tesco's. You can just get the full fat goat's milk. Comes in like a carton. That's quite good as well. But more so, the Royal Canin is obviously built for the puppies itself, not goats. It's a supplement, obviously. The goats, as they get older, the reason why we use goat's milk so close is because obviously the size of the goats growing up and stuff, they're very similar to the size of the bullies and that, you know. So yeah, no, and obviously the goodness that comes in with the goat's milk. So yeah, no, Royal Canin I use dog milk, or you can just use raw goat's milk from a raw shop, or you can just get the full fat cartons from Tesco's and stuff. Hey, the stack-offs are coming, don't worry about that. I've been very busy with a few things behind the scenes, getting the content out for the YouTube, as you can see. So yeah, no, just bear with us, they're not going nowhere. We're just putting them on the back burner at the minute. We're going to get a little bit more of a schedule put in place very soon for them, so just stay tuned and bring that smoke. How do you bulk up your dogs? Feed them more. No, a little trick that I do, I mean, I'm not saying it works or not, but in my head it works. I mean, when I was growing up, my mum always said not to eat after 6 o'clock, yeah? Because if you eat food before you go to sleep, it sits on your stomach, right? So you end up getting fat. But obviously, you have to turn that fat into muscle. So what I do is I like to feed them a big meal late at night, just before they go to bed, and let it sit on them. And obviously, you know, that way you put a bit more meat on them. But you obviously need to then, when it comes to bulking, you still need to exercise them and work them to turn that fat into muscle. It's a little tip. Pros and cons in breeding a breeder. The pros of it is obviously we're dealing with, like, obviously it's a lovely feeling to give someone that's obviously just owned, just bought their first house, just got their own little family, and they're trying to make it, you know, like complete. So it's nice to be able to give someone a puppy, and obviously, you know, watch it grow with a family, and you know, just complete someone's family and that, you know. I love dealing with them, watching them grow up, and I absolutely love watching them grow up and watching your bloodlines and watching your vision come together. But obviously the cons of it is obviously we have to deal with death as well, which is sad, you know. It's not for the weak stomach or the weak-hearted, shall I say, but it's something we have to deal with everyone in life, you know. It's a part of the cycle of life. So yeah, you get the pros of obviously bringing life into the world, and then obviously having to deal with death as well. So that's what I'd say the pros and cons are, bro. I would say around anything from like 350 all the way to like, what, say 500s. That's 500 is a really good weight. Probably the heaviest puppy I've produced is 670 grams, female. She's a beast. But yeah, no, an average around 400 grams is a good weight. 300 grams, you know, depending on the size of your litter as well. If you've got a singleton, obviously it's going to be a lot heavier. If you've got a couple in there, then, you know, they've been eating from the uterus a lot more, should I say the placenta and stuff, a lot more than the other puppies would. So, you know, they're getting a little bit more nutrients and a little bit more intake than what the others, if they was in there, would. So yeah, you just take into consideration the size of your litter. Obviously they lose a little bit of weight in the first week as well, so it's nothing to worry about too much. I wouldn't worry about weight from the second they come out. Obviously weigh them to see what they're at. I weigh them every 12 hours to make sure that we know if they ain't dropping in weight. But yeah, no, I'll get into a YouTube channel of the best way to look into stuff like that in the future. So yeah, no, that's the answer for that one, bro. Okay, so I would probably slap Markov's head. I love Markov, yeah. Markov's one of my originals, yeah. Rest in peace, Markov. I'd probably put Markov's head on Goodbar's chest, yeah, with Enzo's top line, yeah, with Jumanji's rear. How about that? That dog there, you put that all into one vision there, that's a bad boy bully right there. So we've got Jumanji on his rear, Enzo on the top line, Markov on his head, Goodbar on the chest, yeah, and who else, hang on. Let me throw another banger in there. Who can we get the bone from? We can get the bone from the old school blood. Let's go with what's his name from Monster Ball? What's his name? Monster Balls. I think his name's Champ. I think his name might be Champ. We cut that last bit, yeah. Fuck that last bit off. I can't remember that dog, but yeah, it was that boy. But yeah, that's the dream way you see it anyway.
Any other breed you'd love to own?
Yeah, I've just I own Frenchies as well. I've got some bulldogs. I like to obviously concentrate on one thing at a time. That's something that we do. I'm not trying to do loads of different things and, do you know what I mean, and then experiment. I'm trying to concentrate and execute something at a time. I have a lot of interest in other breeds. Like I said, my uncle used to own a kennel and we used to have loads of different breeds there. I've actually got a Dutch herder as well, which you'll see in the YouTube channel a lot more. We're going to do some work inside of things with him. He's going to be the security around the lair. So watch out for old Killy. So yeah, no, I've got love for dogs, full stop. So yeah, there's other dogs and stuff that that I'm looking to add. But you know, I'm not going to go crazy. Obviously, Bully Lair UK, we specialise in bullies itself. But yeah, we have dabbled in some other breeds as well, which you'll see on the YouTube channel. So make sure you stay locked. That all depends on the stud that you're looking for, depending on the dog and what the dog's done. If the dog's a champion, if the dog's a proven producer, if the dog's coming up as an up-and-coming stud, that all depends and it all varies on the dog itself and what the dog brings to the table. Wow, Markov, he's number one. He's my G right there. My original passion and love for a dog. I've been trying to build Markov. I've got a lot of Markov blood into Bully Lair. I've actually done a few line breedings in with that as well to try and get the consistency of the Markov into my blood. So yeah, Markov's definitely one. I've always loved Adios from Bossy Kennels. He's a favourite of mine. Obviously, I love MSB Hades, Enzo's dad. He's probably one of my favourite Goodbar sons out there. Obviously, Goodbar himself, he's still out there repping with his big boy chest. And who else? Let me think for this last one. Still, I've got them Adios, yeah. I like BK205 champion Loki. That's my boy King Ragnar's granddad. 2018 champion. That's, yeah, top 5. I like him obviously because he was one of the first champions out there to do it, one of the first try champions to be a champion actually, when colour started to get added into the bullies back then. And yeah, no, basically Markov because he's just my passion. Goodbar for the productions that he's put in, and obviously him himself, I like the colour of him and the markings and the patterns on him. Adios, he's a one-off himself, very good producer. He's in most of the top dogs bloodlines out there still to this day. And yeah, that's really my picks, bro.
When did you get Enzo?
When did I get Enzo? I got Enzo when he was 10 months old. Yeah, he got sold to me still. And yeah, me and him, I put the faith, I put the work into him, I believed in him from the jump, and I turned him into who he is today, and me and him worked for that, and yeah, Enzo Ferrari, the one and only, is known globally now. So yeah, that's when I got my bad boy. Absolutely love that dog. Yeah, so basically, obviously, what I've just done here, this is just so you can go backwards and forwards and answer a few of your questions if you ever had the same questions in the future. You can just go back on the video and obviously have a look at it and see if you can find anything, any information that might be good to you in the future. I'm going to start doing this maybe once a week with a few kennels as well. My boy Central Bullies is going to do it with us, and we're going to add a few different kennels in as well from all over the world, and just get some Q&As on the go and see what people think and see if we can help people out with some different answers and stuff, and just see what the whole community thinks of it all and that, you know, and help each other out to actually better the breed, and put the dogs in the right place and make sure they're going in the right hands, and just keep trying to progress the bully community itself. But yeah, no, appreciate everyone locking in and liking and subscribing the video and the channel. I appreciate everyone. Make sure you share it around on your platforms, TikToks, Instagram. Really appreciate all the support from everyone. Give us your feedback as well for some more videos. We've got loads more content coming out for you guys as well. So make sure you stay locked and tuned. And I hope you learnt a few things from it today. Peace out. See you later.